babies. They pop pop. Hello everybody, Chris Wood here. Welcome to my channel. That picture on my thumbnail is a picture of my dog Chipper. He was actually killed October 29th, 2021. And my other dog is his son. And as you could notice, anybody that's seen, he now has a lump on his nose. It's been there for about a week or so. But now he is starting to grunt. He sneezes constantly. He's been bringing up or sneezing blood or something. He's having remote neural monitoring used on him between my dog Runt and between Tyler Lake's old dog, his pug. And now the one that has it, I seen walking with it the other day, is Holly Carlisle and Michelle Irish. But they are still using it on my dog, and as a result, he's even starting to sound like a pug dog, and he does not have it in him. He is lab. So he's lab, beagle, and shepherd, and collie, and he was born in Kingston, actually. On Conacher Drive, as a matter of fact. So I am not the only one that has been getting seriously harmed and abused. Obviously, I am going through identity theft and identity changes, which I have shown, which I have proven to be happening. I get deformed on a daily basis, and even right now, this whole right side of my face, it feels like it's been pushing out on and off all day, and it feels like there's something going in liquid in my chin, right where my jugular is. When I was younger, when I was a kid, I was stabbed in the throat, and I had this scar there, and the liquid or whatever it is going through me, it's going through that scar and pushing up here into my mouth. And I have not slept actually really in 3 days because my head is being deformed on the right side and it's being pushed out, and I'm in serious pain from it, especially in my jaw area, all right up in here, the temple, and then all right down in here. I have no feeling in my head, no feeling in my face. I have not had any brain stimulation, in approximately a month or two from being deformed, from having my skull deformed to about 50 different ways, shapes, and sizes, and I have shown it and proven it. From having RNM use on me and being broadcasted through and is being used on me by a bunch of Ontario provincial police co-offenders who are drug addicts, who are seriously psychopaths, and they are using this tech and they are using it on me. And as a result, from all of them using it on me, I have been seriously internally injured. My lungs, my kidneys, my skull's been split. My face gets deformed on a daily basis from being broadcasted through from the ones who were using R&M on me at the time. I am the victim of identity theft, identity change. I am 50 years old. I am the victim of identity theft, identity change. I am the victim of stalking, injuring, torturing, medical blacklisting, medical treatment refusals because doctors here are co-committing and helping aid and cover up this. William Billy Wooldridge and the ones doing it are sex offenders, human sex trade, slavery traffickers. They're identity thieves, obviously, financial thieves, pensions, disabilities, welfare frauds, and thefts against victims using the R&M broadcast and through changing, obviously, my identity. Right now, most of the day, it's been Tyler Lake and Jason Van Alstyne. And they are also, right now, all of them are with Holly Carlisle and Michelle Irish as well. They've also been using it on me quite a bit today. I'm being played like a damn puppet, like a damn game, because I spoke of police crimes, which was the human homeless trafficking and the homeless exploitation for monetary gains and other crimes that were taking place. And as a result, I became a victim. Back in 2019, I was shot by the XOPP chief or commander, whoever he is, him at my previous address. He went by in a white Jeep Wrangler. He waved at me. I waved back. Black truck pulled up beside him at the lights at my previous address. And they pointed something and shot it, and it went into my right ear. And I started having serious problems after that because whatever it was, it started to move up to my parietal lobe. And I was getting nothing but burning all the time. So I went to the hospital. And November of 2019, I finally got an appointment for a CAT scan. I went to get it done, and one of the ones that are involved in this was there talking to her girlfriend, stating that she was there for support for me, for anxiety, for my CT scan, and all this other bullshit. And I had no association with her in any way, shape, or form. She had no business or right to be there in any way, shape, or form. All 100% lies. I certainly don't have no anxieties over a CT scan in any way, shape, or form. So when she found out that I was there with my mother and someone else at the time, she walked right by us and laughed. And then I got medically blacklisted after that. I wasn't satisfied with what I was told, so I asked for my results. And I was told I wouldn't understand them. I needed medication. Da 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 da. And then after that, they were getting phone calls at other hospitals stating that I was suicidal. Certainly not true in any way, shape, or form. I've been there trying to save my life, trying to find out what's going on with me. For 3 damn years, I've been going through this, trying to get help and being refused because of bullshit lies against me to help cover this up and to buy time and to not give me proof. And so I would not be taken serious about the crimes that are taking place with me and by whom, how, and why. So I am the end of my bloodline as well. These sons of bitches, they stalked my mother. William Wooldridge, the one guy, the sex offender that believes he is me, but also Harry Potter, was also calling my mother mom at the time while stalking her. And they were also using the R&M on her. And from her age, the radiation that it causes and the EMFs in a person, it caused tumors, it caused cancer, and it caused her death. And it was with 100% intent. And I will not be proven wrong. Blair Hardy, Billy Wooldridge. Blair Hardy, he is a drug trafficker. He is guilty. He raped a woman in this building where I live, just down the hall from me in a different apartment. And now the woman is gone. She died of a drug overdose. One of the drugs that he sells and laces to commit murder to make it look like just another addict got bad drugs and conveniently overdosed from them and died. It's being done with intent to make it look that right, to make it look that way. Isn't that right, Blair Hardy? You're a serial killer, you're a filth piece of shit, is what you are. Alleged Bandito's MC, too, is what he is supposed to be, allegedly. Billy Wooldridge of 149 Center Street North. He's a child stalker as well. When he wasn't stalking me and my mother, he was going to Tim Hortons every day and stalking children for child sex slavery trafficking for himself and the ex-chief or commander. I was also talking about that as well, and I believe that's another reason why I was shot with whatever I was shot with in my ear before he left. And then all the problems began, like I said, the stalking. I would walk out my door, and every time I would move, they would be right there, either the cops or Wooldridge. One known as Billy Wooldridge was living at 34 Water Street here in Napanee at the time. And he constantly always knew right where I was. I would go out. He would walk by my house sometimes 12 hours a day, on and off. And I would go out my door, and he was always right there. I would walk downtown. He was always right there every step of the way, because I also have either his prisoner tracking on me or Blair Hardy's, and the ones that are involved with this. I have no criminal history or record. I had no criminal history or I had no record until I was their attempt to falsely charge me to get away with, in an attempt to deflect the crimes that they are guilty of on me. The police and the doctors that are committing with criminal negligent intent and helping aiding in this and covering up for 3 years, refusing me medical treatment, calling me retarded, my head swelling up and saying I needed a head shrink, pun intended. Crazy, retarded, can't fix that, right? Dr. Waldron saying that to me, being laughed in my face at by Dr. Barton over being sodomized because it was done to and by, and because I'm a 50-year-old man. And then Dr. Pritchard tried to have me committed for having it happening because it was done from and to whom? OPP Staff Sergeant Billy Wooldridge. They've done everything in an attempt to cover their own asses at the hospital by even having Paladin Security kick me out, having me falsely charged in an attempt which kept me away from medical help for for 9 months. Because in that time when I was falsely charged going through this bullshit, I was not allowed to get any medical help or not allowed to go anywhere near hospitals. If I did, it would become a criminal offense. Allegedly harassment for wanting police or for wanting doctors arrested and charged for telling what's going on at the hospital and letting them know that they need to be seriously investigated, arrested, and charged. So as a result, they had me charged with this bullshit harassment. So, and I do believe that 100%. The only thing I've done was try to get help and save my life. Going to the hospital, getting rushed by ambulance. What do you expect us to do for you today, Mr. Wood? Well, I don't know. Something's going on with me. You're a doctor, hospital. Do something. Find out what the hell. I pretty much had to crawl off the stretcher and out that damn hospital and into a taxi and come home. I went in there I would go in there and my head would be swelled up and I'd tell them what's going on and they were taking it as just me with a damn headache and not wanting to see anything or not having any concern because of the bullshit lies against me about drugs that I do not do, that I am against, and everybody knows me, knows I'm against them. 100% BS bullshit lie. And they damn well know to prove that lie that they've cast against me, along with criminal histories, along with psychological records and histories that I do not have, never have. So, because I had long hair, my tattoos, it was automatically believed in by who it was coming from, which was either Stacy, the mental health worker, or Shelley Hafner, the one that arranged my kidnapping May 27th, 2021, 24 hours after me asking for help with what has taken place against me. And then conveniently, when they found out what happened, they got my blood and my urine, and then they screwed off real quick. So that was in an attempt to get me kept under false bullshit pretenses of incompetency through Shelley Hafner. Worried about me not eating. If she was so concerned about me not eating, I ate fine. I was eating fine. But if she was so concerned, why wasn't she buying me food then? Or buying it for the homeless who really did need it? Instead of wasting her bullshit time going through this on me. And that was an attempt to shut me up 100%. They still need to answer for it as well. When I was falsely arrested, it was their chance after they got my blood and my urine to also get my prints, my signature, and everything else for this identity theft, for forgeries, framing, and the frauds against me. This is about identity theft. This is about financial theft and fraud against me as well. This is about framing me as these pieces of shit inmate sex offender. Billy Wooldridge is a Harvard inmate, and I will not be proven wrong. He's untouchable. He's unarrestable. I have videos of being surrounded by hands-on guns that want him arrested, and then also my kidnapping as well. Being accused of hallucinating, being high on marijuana, and of being sodomized by cops, the justice of the peace, done to obstruct, refusing arrest, not wanting to see any proof or evidence of anything like everyone else, even when it's given right in front of them. So I hope that was seen, but that spot on the back of my head, that's where I get all the burning from, and that's where I've had that spot since I got shot with in the ear by the ex-chief. My head now is completely flat in the back, 100% completely flat, and being pushed out and rounded in the top. My skull's been split, and I have pictures where it's been split into different sections. I have video to show it, to prove it, and I wasn't able to do a damn thing about it. So my medical rights, my human rights, my legal rights were taken away from me and still are. They're guilty of murdering my mother. I am the end of my bloodline going through this. If I share any DNA, direct DNA with Billy Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, or anyone else involved doing this, you're going to be seriously fucked. No threat. There will be serious fucking consequences. You have no idea what you have done. You seriously have no idea what you have done and against whom, or maybe you do and you just don't give a shit because you're murdering psychopath garbage. I get air pumped into what feels like the air being pumped into my damn head all the time, and my eyeball actually puffs out. Well, not really puff out, but it does a little bit from the pressure. My identity is gone. This is done with me. It took 3 years, but it is finally done. And the two main ones really are what, maybe 30, 20, 28, 29, 30 years old. The other one is maybe 40. I am 50 and I'm going through this by these little pieces of shit who were drug fed, money paid, little protected, good for nothing bastards for OPP who were aiding them and committing this crime against me. They're untouchable, they're unarrestable. So You got away with this, you're getting away with my identity theft, but one way or another, and I've shown and proven the different changes to me. I have pictures too where my head is actually blowing up like a damn balloon, a mushroom actually too, where I have an X on the top of my head. I have other pictures of videos that I have here on my channel where it looks like I have fingers coming out of the back of my head. And that's no picture or video screw up or whatever. It's all being done to me from what I said, what is remote neural monitoring. I am actually going to show that it really does exist here. Just to, that it is police and military tech is what it's about. Sorry about that. This is being used on me and it's being used criminally. And I guarantee I am not the only one. These bastards are using this also on children as well. They're using it for invasive surveillance on their victims. If they can do this to me, I can imagine what they're doing to others and getting away with it also. And all I did was speak of police crimes. So yes, this is 100% revenge retaliation against me in every way, shape, and form. And about destroying my face, destroying my bloodline, destroying everything about me in the process, using these pieces of shit to do it. Well, protecting them at the same time. OPP is the ones involved is Ontario Provincial Police, Spencer Mills 14716, Staff Sergeants, year 2019 and 2021, ex-chief or commander 2019, year 2019, the one that went by in the Jeep and had me shot. Was Shannon Cork, the one that laughed in my face, told me to file a report as he walked by, knowing that it would have been ripped up or tore up when I told her to arrest her boss, and she laughed in my face, and then he went on to murder my mother. And she knew exactly what was going to take place. She even tried to tell me what I should get for glasses, for fuck's sakes. So, and then laughing in my face over it as well, like it was a damn joke. There's Robert Kane, there's Robert can fuck, can kill, can get away with a badge, gun, money, family, town council, Lucas. He's 100% right, and he lives no more than 50 feet from my back door. And there's a lot of drug users and addicts that hang out back there because there's nobody can see what's taking place while they're doing their deals and their drugs. And how convenient, right at the back door of a cop's where nobody's going to do anything because of where it is. So, perfect. The whole right side, this whole right side of my head is completely. I'm rubbing my head, but I have no feeling in it. I have absolutely do not feel this. There's only one spot, and that's the back of my head where I have that spot on the back of my head that I have any feeling whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. And that's just when I rub it, I get weird feelings going through my head. That's pretty fucked up. My lungs have been damaged. I cough up blood. I hate to say it, but I shit blood because of my lungs and my body. When I eat now, my food and everything goes to my right side of my body, not my left to my stomach, from being damaged so much and mutilated. So my body's obviously getting decayed that way as well. I have the taste and smell of piss and urine in my fucking mouth and in my face and everything else all the time. That is totally disgusting. 100% disgusting. and I can't do a fucking thing about it. My teeth have been completely and totally destroyed and rotted out because of this bullshit. I get metallic taste all the time as well. This is being used on me 24/7 for 3 years by all these different junky little pieces of shit. And this is nothing against drug users either. When I'm saying these junkies in every sense of the word, they're good for nothing. They're OPP pawns. They're the ones that are committing the crimes for them. But when the time comes, they are also going to go down for these crimes as well. OPP is not going to take a fall for you, and because of what you're doing for them. So enjoy that. Billy Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, and Jason Van Alstyne. You are pawns. You do realize that, right? I'm going to tell you the truth. You are pawns in this against me. 100%. Anyway, I am going to get off here. I hope everybody has a good night. Everybody is safe. And let it be known, families of murdered and missing too is also Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police and other OPP. Human trafficking, identity theft for framings, innocent people as well. Remember this. This is how they traffic, frame, and murder. This whole my whole left side of my face is being pushed over to my left. And then before it was the opposite, is being pushed the opposite direction. No matter how much I prove crimes against me, there's nothing I can do. Remember this, Napanee. So watch yourselves, watch your children, watch your finances, watch your parents. Anybody has any dealings with OPP or the doctors here, be very careful. And it is probably fake because they do false arrest to criminalize in an attempt to get away with the crimes that they are committing on victims. So let that be known. Be safe, everybody. Love all, hate none. Be a neighbor, be a friend. Help another if you can, and do it without an agenda. Do it because it needs to be done. Make humans for humans once more. Once again, love all, hate none. Hit the like, share, subscribe, especially the like and the share, because this is very serious and important. This is about my identity. This is about my bloodline, and this is about murders for revenge through police.